So, today we're going to talk about a breakup story, but hold on, it's not the kind you're probably thinking of. We're not talking about two people parting ways. This is about that really weird, kind of profound heartbreak that happens when a place you love just changes. It becomes a total stranger.
You know the line, right? It's not me, it's you. We've all heard it. Well, in this story, those words aren't for a person. No, they're aimed right at the four walls of a coffee shop that used to be everything. So let's step into this emotional farewell and really get into why a simple change can feel like such a deep betrayal. All right, so let's set the scene. Picture this. Our narrator, Morgan, is sitting in what used to be their absolute favorite spot in the whole world. But today, surrounded by these unfamiliar sights and sounds, they feel totally out of place, like an outsider, getting ready to say this final, really bitter goodbye. I mean, can you even imagine the shock? You walk into your safe space, your sanctuary, and suddenly you feel like a tourist. That old, comfy, cozy vibe, poof, gone. Replaced by this cold, industrial look that just feels wrong. It's such a jarring moment.
Okay, so to really get why this hurts so much, we have to go back. We need to understand what this place used to be. Because it wasn't just a business. It was a real haven. And this just nails the feeling, doesn't it? See, it wasn't about being perfect or slick. It was about being real. The mismatched chairs, the art from local folks, those warm smiles. These weren't just random details. They were like the recipe for comfort, the stuff that made it feel so personal and so human. And that right there, that was the heart of it all. This place was so much more than just a spot to get your caffeine fix. It was this silent witness to life itself, a stage where all these huge moments in Morgan's story happened. Like this one, a huge creative breakthrough, the kind of moment that can change your whole life, your whole passion. That old wooden table, it wasn't just a piece of furniture. It was like a partner in crime, a launch pad for a dream. But it wasn't just for the good times. The space held pain, too. It was one of those rare, safe places where you could actually be vulnerable, where you could fall apart. A place where the bitterness of your tears could mix right into your latte, and somehow that offered this weird kind of comfort. And of course, it was there for the big wins, too. The pure, unfiltered joy of success. You can just feel the buzz of that celebration, can't you? Right there at that high-top table. This shop was completely woven into the fabric of Morgan's life. And that brings us crashing back to the present. And this change, it doesn't feel like an upgrade or progress. To Morgan, it feels like a deep, personal betrayal of everything that place once was. Wow. I mean, the shift is just so stark, so jarring. You go from those comfy, mismatched chairs to cold steel, from genuine, warm smiles to just machines and efficiency. And the music, the jazz and acoustic covers, gone, replaced by what Morgan calls techno for the soulless. Ouch. The very soul of the place just feels like it's been ripped out. You know the change is deep when you can literally taste it? The coffee itself, the one thing you'd expect to stay the same, has become a metaphor for the whole experience, just bitter and disappointing. It's not a comfort anymore. It's just a reminder of what's gone. And it wasn't just the decor that changed. The people did too. The whole community just vanished. All those familiar faces, the regulars who knew your order, they're gone. Now, the new crowd seems way more interested in getting the perfect Instagram shot than in having a real conversation. That whole feeling of belonging, it's just evaporated. So here we are, the emotional peak. Morgan's been sitting here haunted by the ghost of what this place used to be, and it's time. It's time to say what needs to be said. To treat this coffee shop like the old friend it was, and say a real, painful goodbye. And this is the heart of the matter, right here. It's such a powerful statement. It's not just that things are different. It feels like the shop actively threw away its own identity, all the things that made people fall in love with it to begin with. I mean, wow, to feel like an intruder in your own sanctuary? Can you imagine how lonely that feels? All that's left are these memories, and they're just fading away under these awful new lights. But, this goodbye isn't just full of anger. It's more complex than that. It's bittersweet. Morgan actually takes a moment to acknowledge all the good times. There's real gratitude there for the comfort, the inspiration, a recognition that the past was real, and damn, it mattered. Morgan's story is so personal, but it really hits on something universal, doesn't it?
So why does it hurt so much when a place we love changes? What is it we're actually losing when we say goodbye to four walls and a roof? Well, it turns out sociologists actually have a name for this. They call them third places. You know, your first place is home, your second place is work. These are the third places. They're the coffee shops, the local libraries, the neighborhood pubs. They're the anchors of our community. And when you lose one, you're not just losing a building, you're losing a little piece of your community and maybe even a piece of yourself. And that really brings it home, doesn't it? I want you to think about it for a second. Have you ever felt this? That little neighborhood park that got paved over? The local bookstore that couldn't keep up and had to close? That old diner that got new owners and just lost its soul? We've all felt this exact kind of grief. So when it's all said and done, what's left? The physical place might be totally unrecognizable, yeah? But the memories, the stories, the feelings, you get to keep those. Morgan makes a promise to cherish the ghost of what that place once was. And with these three little words, the circle is complete. The coffee shop was never just brick and mortar. It was a character in Morgan's life story, an old friend. And this is a sad, final, but really respectful farewell. And that's it. Just one word, but it's filled with years of memories, of comfort, of joy, and now, of heartbreak. A simple, final goodbye to a place that really, truly was a home.